Alicia Dunn. Alicia. I grew up hating my dad. It started because my sister, who was 2 years younger than me, was his favorite. And we had this sibling rivalry to the point where when we were teenagers, it ended up in a fight. And he pulled me off of her and yelled at me and ordered me to go to the bedroom in the basement and calm down. I was furious. So when I went to home economics class the next day in middle school, I got to take the lead on telling the gossip. And I told the story of how mean my father was and how he favored my sister and how he never took my side in anything. And I was so frustrated. I don't know why I said it. I said, he doesn't love me. I think I'm adopted. And at that moment, one of my friends at the table said, you are. I said, what? I know. And I grabbed this big wad of bubble gum that was stuck to the bottom of that table, and I held on while she told me about my mom and her high school boyfriend reuniting and her unwanted pregnancy and my birth that led to her being alone and a single parent in the 60s. Well, she met my dad, and he adopted me. And my sister was his first biological child. The teacher came to the table and started handing out recipes for what we were going to make that day, and I have no recollection of the rest of that day until I get home and I asked my mom, because confrontation wasn't allowed in the 70s, I asked her if it was true. And she told me, it's none of your business. Well, whose business is it? So I took that rage out on myself. I felt unwanted. I started smoking weed. I even got caught stealing at the local 7-Eleven. And when I went home and had to tell my mom about my first ride in a police car, she found some switches from the yard, and I got my last spanking. And she ordered me back to that bedroom in the basement and told me to wait until your father gets home. Well, my dad got home, and he sat on the edge of the bed, and he said, listen, we all make mistakes. I want you to walk back into that school tomorrow and hold your head up high. And I'm going to call the principal, who was one of his best friends, and I'm going to tell him to check on you and make sure you're okay. As the weeks went on, my dad would show up for my basketball games, and my friends would tease me, there's your dad, kinda, in the stands. He's here again, kinda. It became a joke of the year. As time went on, I grew up, had my own kids, and my heart really softened. I started to see that this man who ordered me to the bedroom in the basement had built that house. He had dug out that basement. It was a finished basement. I had my own bathroom across from the room, my bedroom. He had built a home for all 5 of us kids, and he had adopted me. In 2004, my husband and the kids and I were hosting a Christmas party And I had made a big pot of chili, and my dad came into the kitchen. I scooped up a big bowl of chili for him and a big dollop of sour cream like he liked it. And he told me, you know, I don't spend a lot of time with you, but you are always okay. And your faith in God is so strong. I don't worry about you. But we should spend more time together. 2 weeks later, he passed away. But he knows I adored him. And I may not have been his favorite, but I was surely wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner for tonight is